So today we're going to do a zipper neck. It just kind of ends up looking like an open neck, but let's just go with it. First you're going to need some zippers. I got mine from a fabric store, it doesn't really matter, and some liquid latex. So first I'm putting it on the back of the zipper on the fabric part and just placing it where I want it. I ended up moving it a few times and trying to fix it to the right area, but really you're just going to put it on with liquid latex, let it dry, and then on each side and make sure that it's comfortable for you. Next, just going in with cotton and latex, and I'm just putting latex and cotton all the way around it to make it kind of blend into my skin more and make it look like the skin has been peeled up and it's disgusting. Then covering, of course, the cotton and latex and soaking it, and then doing the other side. It's a little blurry, don't worry about that. And then I'm just using a blow dryer to blow hot and cold air alternating onto the liquid latex to let it dry faster. Then I'm just going in with some foundation. This foundation is a little darker for my face, so it'd be perfect on top of the liquid latex and cotton because it is like a white on my skin right now. So I'm just painting that over with just a foundation brush and making sure I get in every single crevice of the wound. Next, just going over translucent powder. I'm actually using baby powder right now, which is really cheap and you can use it, and it's not expensive like Makeup Forever or anything like that for translucent powder. So you're just going to powder that all over, preparing for paints. And I'm using the Wolf Effects water active paints, and just a cosmetic wench, and I'm just ripping up actually the bottom to make more texture. You're just gonna rip it up, make it super textured instead of being flat surface. I've seen this in lots of tutorials, so that's what mine will look like. And then I'm just going in with the purple and a decent amount of water and just kind of like thinning it out as I go and just putting it around the wound and some part onto where the liquid latex and cotton is. I'm just making sure that it looks bruised and irritated around it, and then I'm just continuously going over that until I like how that looks and diluting it and rubbing it out as I go. Next I'm going with yellow from the same palette and just diluting it quite a bit to make that yellowy, almost lime greeny color for the bruise, and just focusing that around the edges and then continuously blending it into the purple, diluting it as I go just to make sure it's not too harsh, just ripping up the sponge a little bit more. And then I'm going in with the red and just stippling very messily in the inside of the wound, so you can kind of, not really because it's blurry, I'll fix it in a minute, you can see the texture that the sponge gives you if you don't like focus it all in one area, and it is a very cool texture. And I'm just putting that up onto my chin as well, and then taking the black from the palette with very little water and just putting that on the edges and inside the, in a sense, neck flaps, and making it super dark and then dragging it in for a very cool effect, which I do that multiple times, so this is not what the final look looks like for that part. It will get darker, just wait. And then I'm doing veins. This is my first time doing veins, and I'm just using this like teal color, and right here it's not a lot of water, but for the most part I used a lot of water, and then I tapped it up with my fingers and then just tapped it with the sponge to make it blend in more. I'll show you again on my boob because I'm disgusting, and it looks a little more real like that, so you can kind of see the veins in the background, which is like super cool because I liked how that looked for that. Then I'm just going in with the Graftobian Powder Blood. I just bought this because I thought it looked cool. So I'm just taking that with a decent amount of water and just taking an eyebrow brush and just splattering that all over the wound. Just had lots of blood. This does dry the color of the powder, so if you're going to buy it, just be warned about that. Then I'm taking a super thick blood from probably just a Halloween store of some sort, and just putting that on the inside of the wound to make it like look like it's gushing out and make it very, very shiny. You could also just put like food coloring or something in, like, not gonna lie, lube, and do that as well if you don't have fake blood on hand. If you have lube on hand, then I'm just taking a blood that I made, actually I'll link it down below, and putting that all over the wound to make it more of an intense red, and just stippling that with a stipple sponge all over my neck and making sure it's very, very shiny and just a little bit on my chest. This is the final look, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It was very fun to make, and it's kind of like cool and creepy. For behind the scenes of all my special effects makeups and like all my makeup looks, you can always follow me on Snapchat. I will link it down below, but I'll talk to you guys next time. Love you. Bye.